Fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
I'm sure that all the people in the
Tell me where
hood...
you live at, bitch!
Get pooped on!
The fuck?
No, he keeps killing me!
Talking about,
Your shit sounds like it should be Herbie, kid, shut up.
I got the biggest dick to be MVP, man. It measures 12 inches, can't even fit inside your pussy, dude. I wish it could. Oh, damn it! Looking fine!
To some, that might have sounded like a mob of preteens and teens being racist and screaming, crying, and whining into their cheap-ass $5 headsets because they broke their old $10 headset from Walmart during a Call of Duty match. And yeah, it was. But to others, it was basically like the sound of music to them, okay? It's because of kids like that we have, you know, Doritos and Mountain Dew with Master Chief's face plastered all over it, okay? It's because of those kids that we have apps and stuff like Discord, you know, built for specifically us hardcore gamers. I mean, I'm pretty sure not a lot of that's true, but I mean, I personally believe that it did help start the motion of stuff like that. And, you know, it's all because of a little known thing called Xbox Live. The internet was just beginning to really hit its big point in the early 2000s. Things like chat rooms and online multiplayer gaming were starting to pop off with games like Counter-Strike, Unreal Tournament, and the Quake series, just to name a few. And with the release of the PS2, they even test the very unstable waters of online play. But it wasn't until Microsoft brought out the big guns. And as in big guns, I mean Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And no, I'm not kidding, he was actually there. He's right there. Look at him. This man, he's there, right next to fucking Bill Gates. He's there.
That's fascinating.
The Xbox, Microsoft's first forte into the console market, and not only did they bring a fucking banger of a first-person shooter along as a launch title, a year later, they would launch Xbox Live.
Bastard!
You may be asking,
How did they introduce the Xbox Live to someone that's probably unfamiliar to online gaming?
well, I'm glad you asked, viewer, that for some reason sounds like Kermit the Frog. Their introduction to Xbox Live was through this. This is amazing. Amazing as in, like, I'm amazed that they had this as their, hey everyone, here's our online gaming software thingy, and here's how you set it up video. I love watching this video and thinking that this is like how the Xbox team really thought that like gamers would react online, but when in reality, it's like this.
What am I? No, what are you doing? You...
But this video does do somewhat of a job at explaining what you can do with Xbox Live and shit. It shows you how to connect your Xbox to the internet through broadband. It shows you how to put a shitty filter on your voice. The works. It's funny watching this video because it's such a oddity. Even down to like the background set, right? Like the painting in the background with the dogs fucking tripping on PCP laced in LSD, okay? Like those eyes look like they have seen shit. Also, not to mention that this wasn't the only Xbox Live ad these two were in. They were kind of like the spokesperson, I guess, for Xbox Live. Kind of like how Kevin Butler was the ad guy for the PS3 later in its life cycle. It's basically that, but just for the original Xbox. Now, I don't exactly have much personal experience with the original Xbox or Xbox Live in general, mainly for the fact that I was still trapped in the womb around this time, and wasn't born until like after it was launched. So, nevertheless, it really laid out a like good blueprint for online console gaming. Games like Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Rainbow Six 3 were great introductions for people who had never experienced online play before. Even the original Counter-Strike made its way over to the system. Was it as good as the PC version? No. Although it still didn't stop loads of people from playing the shit out of it. But where Xbox Live was just the start of the grill fire, Halo 2 was like the fucking... November 9th, 2004 was the day that the gas was just poured all over the grill, okay, of the Xbox Live scene. Now, I won't dive too much into the boom that was Halo 2, because, like, I'm sure I'll talk about it once I reach the chance somewhere in the year 2033. whenever I make a video on Halo 2. But Halo 2 just seemed like a lot of fun. Yet again, I'm looking at this current moment in the Xbox Live history, like how a little kid would just look in the window of a huge-ass toy store and be like, wow. That's me right now. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and on April 15th, 2010, the original Xbox Live servers were shut down. No, man, you fuck that shit, because we got the motherfucking Xbox 360, bitch. Now, I personally feel that the Xbox 360 era was the peak, okay, of Xbox Live shenanigans. And this is also where I finally was old enough to pick up a controller and not have the urge to suck on it like it was a pacifier. Now I just suck on them for fun. But this era is what really shot series like Call of Duty into the popularity that it is today. The series was just getting some proper footing on the console with the release of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and Modern Warfare did for the series what Halo 2 did for the Halo series. It took what was there and made it so much better, especially with the online multiplayer. Also, yeah, I know this game was also on PS3, but like, I don't know who the fuck ever played Modern Warfare on a PS3 online too, like, if I'm being honest. But then we got fucking Halo 3 in late 2007, which, you know, did pretty good sales wise. I think it's just kind of like a cult classic now, I guess. I mean, it's and just a shitload more games to come to add to the Xbox Live experience. The 360 was no joke when it came to online multiplayer experiences. You had a much better and redefined UI than other consoles. I mean, to be honest, the UI did change like fucking 70 times after that, but I mean, that's something I'll save for another video. Easier way to add friends, and you can now send private messages to people, even fucking audio messages, which I have yet to determine if that was a good addition or not.
Hey, you're just mad because I'll be able to do something with my fucking guitar in hands that you'll never be able to achieve in your entire life, kid. So yeah, you're gay.
But none of those would compare to the addition of party chats. This changed the game of talking to your friends online, like especially on a console, because it's like you didn't have to make a Skype account, you didn't have to have the phone sit there, okay? You don't need any of that. All you had to do was just make a chat room and 7 of your friends could join, and you can invite whoever you wanted. It was a great addition to Xbox Live, and it became an easier way to play or just meet new people. Like, I met some of my friends through Xbox Live because of my cousin. So shout out to Will. Hi. The start of my Xbox Live experience was a little late into the 360's life cycle, seeing as how I got my 360 for Christmas of 2015. Yet, I was able to still have a blast with games like Halo 4, which, if anyone remembers, way back when I used to make quote-unquote gameplay videos with my old camera, I made 2 Halo 4 multiplayer videos with my friends on Xbox Live, and it's still one of my fondest memories with the service and Halo 4. More games were eventually added to my XBL experience too, because now that I had also moved around that time to a new area with a stable internet connection, I was able to get way more multiplayer classics for the system. Like as the pre-mentioned Halo 4, GTA 5 Online. Yeah, I know I was playing GTA 5 Online in 2016. Don't at me, please, I'll cry. Minecraft, Destiny 1, and a majority of the Call of Duty series. And yes, I do mean the majority. I have a lot of fond memories of me hopping into a World at War lobby, and there would be a hacker in there causing a shit ton of stuff to happen where like the whole thing would go berserk. Then hopping over to Minecraft, there's a bunch of worlds me and my friends made. Hey guys, editing Austin here. So there was going to be a section about me talking about my Minecraft experience on the 360 and stuff like that, and me going through my old worlds for a little bit. But when I tried to boot up the game, it wouldn't. So, yeah. There was this one time me and Will were playing Destiny 1, and we had just started a mission, and I happened to not have been paying attention to what was to the right of me, causing an enemy to jump out at me and have me scream like a scared little bitch. Yes, the 360 was the place to go for online multiplayer besides PC, of course. Like, the PS3 had alright online multiplayer, and meanwhile the Wii's out here in the fucking Wild West, like... Though the 360 just had a better foundation for that stuff. But Xbox Live would only continue to grow with one of the, probably the best additions to Xbox Live Gold being, you know, the service. I guess it's a service, but basically you can get free games every month, which is kind of like a fucking like a plus PogChamp. Okay, gamers, PogChamp. It just really did seem like Xbox in the 360 era could do no wrong with Xbox Live, right? Games for Windows Live. We don't talk about that. Now, there's been plenty of other additions to Xbox Live with stuff like the Kinect, and then the influence it's just had on other consoles, you know, like with PSN and, you know, Switch Online, having you charge money for that stuff now, you know, which is fun. Although, Xbox has expanded the live service out to almost everything with an initiative called Live Anywhere. From iOS to Android devices, even to the Nintendo Switch, you could cross-play stuff like Minecraft on that, you know? And with this initiative, this allowed games like Cuphead to become available on the Nintendo Switch. Now, obviously, Microsoft is no perfect ray of sunshine, okay? I know I've been basically sucking their metaphorical digital dick this entire time, but they have had some fuck-ups and done some scummy shit in the past with the Xbox Live and the arcade. Like the Left 4 Dead DLC being charged on the 360 even though it would be free on Steam. And also the release of the Xbox One and how they basically said, hey, fuck gaming, yell at the Xbox and you can watch Grey's Anatomy. I know that didn't have really anything to do with Xbox Live. I just really don't like the Xbox One. Well, that'll be for another video. Oh, it'll be for another video. Other than that though, Xbox Live has, well, I wish I could say it's fine. I mean, player base wise it's still huge, but it certainly has lost some of its charm from the 360 era. Hopping into multiplayer matches nowadays, there's this sense of emptiness. These lobbies used to be full of people filled with conversation, for better for worse, and you would always had a likely chance of meeting someone new in a lobby or a game. Jumping into a lobby of Call of Duty at Cold War, maybe, you know, if it was in the early Xbox 360 era, you would have like an entire lobby with their mics on, people talking, people trash talking each other, you know? But, you know, in today's time, it's dead silent, and it's just kind of sad, you know? There's not really anything. Not to say that there's no one who wants to talk in game chat. I mean, there are players out there that still do that. I've come across a few lobbies before, but it's certainly rare. That, or it's also just a 6-year-old with nothing but baby babble being spewed into the mic. I mean, which, who the fuck wants to listen to that? Xbox Live just, the service itself, it's certainly not from the 360 era. I mean, the service itself is going great, but like the charm of it, with the player interactions and whatnot, it's not really there anymore. Nevertheless, Microsoft just released the Xbox Series X to the 10th power minus the square root to the y-axis, so who knows what they might do with Xbox Live next. They might make it the best thing ever and bring back its charm, or they might put it into a fucking car.